Hey guys, welcome back to Overtakes. This is Misfit.
And I'm Kel.
And we're here to give our review of the week before the playoffs in the Overwatch League Week 5, Stage 2. We're going to hit on the matches. We're going to talk more about general topics of the week and how teams got to the playoffs and stuff like that. It's just really not necessary to go over all the matches that really didn't mean a damn thing and all that like we usually do. They mean something, but not the general sense of this week in the stage.
Yeah, and we've gushed enough about the playoffs themselves that we're probably not going to touch too much on that. We're going to talk about kind of the time leading up to that, what got those teams to that point, and then just some of the other teams that are on the rise, some of the teams that are on the fall, then some of the other things that happened in the week. So just kind of starting off, we had Wednesday. The big thing of the day was Philly beating the Gladiators and pretty much ensuring their spot in the playoffs.
Yeah, and basically Philadelphia had, if you want to go on a rough road to get to where they got to at the end.
Right.
I mean, they had to play two of the tougher teams in the league just to get to the playoffs, and they made the Gladiators look bad.
Yeah.
At times, I thought. I mean,
yeah, they did. And it was more so the Gladiators just didn't show up, and they weren't ready for the moment, I feel like, more than anything. They've showed tremendous improvement throughout the stage.
And it's only going to continue with that team.
Exactly, but they just weren't ready for that moment quite yet.
Yeah.
That's all that really needs to be said about that. And then the other big match of that day was the Florida Mayhem going against the San Francisco Shock, and Florida winning it in 5. Impressive as hell.
Yeah, they did a great job. The end of the stage from probably I'd say the end of week 2 through beginning of week 3 maybe into week 5, they're a totally different team. They played lights out against San Francisco. They pretty much shut down the hype of the Sinatra thing, which, you know, he was good. His Zarya was better than his Tracer play in that game, but, you know, he's new into the league and all that. He'll be fine.
I was far more impressed with his Zarya play.
Yeah.
More than anything else. I've never seen anybody build a Zarya ult that fast.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I never have either.
Even in this league, like...
Yeah, where these guys build ults, like, in 2 seconds.
Faster than anybody else, but that was, like... I mean, he had his ult as Zarya in less than a minute. That's insane.
It's insane. That's the hardest ult to charge. Yeah. I know everybody says that, but it still is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, how many times have you, like, I've played her, because he's played her on King's Row. There have been times, like, and I'm not great. I'm not saying that I'm on that level, but you get the first point and you're about 60%, and then, you know, by the time you get your grab somewhere in the, down through the streets there before you get to the second point.
Right.
Your first one. And then you're hoping you get enough to get one, you know, before you push, to the end. He had one every fight?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Something ridiculous like that.
Also, we'll keep moving forward here. Houston, they pretty much had a nice week for them.
Yeah.
I think they needed it too, because pretty much everyone was down on them, including us. I mean, we were kind of like, you know, what the fuck are these guys doing? You know, they had no Tracer and all that stuff. They came back and they played really well against Seoul, who, you know, did whatever the fuck they were doing. I'm not going to have another fit.
We don't even really need to talk about their game against Shanghai, because that was a given. And it should have been the way that it was. But then, they looked very impressive against Seoul. And Seoul just were like, we're not even going to bother showing up.
Yeah, I don't...
In either game. Like, they kind of came against Florida, but by that point it didn't matter.
Yeah.
They were already pretty much out of it because of the way Philly played.
Yeah, the way Philly played, and, you know, they had no, I don't know, whatever with them.
Probably the most impressive performance of the day came from Dallas playing against New York. Because New York was they were a machine in that game, and they have been a machine for a while, and they really didn't have all that much to play for because they were already locked into a playoff spot, not necessarily the first spot, but at this point...
They were in.
They were definitely in and pretty much had that first seed locked up. But Dallas put up a fight. They looked worlds better than they have in the past couple of weeks. This was the debut of Siegel on Diva, and
Mickey on the Winston,
and they looked
like
good. They looked so much better than they have. That being said, I fully expect some wholesale changes in this coming week. in the bye week of between stages.
As the fuel burns.
Yeah, and I know there's other controversies going on, but right now until everything gets sorted out, I just don't even want to pay attention to them.
It's right now. I mean, and this is nothing against people that know what's going on and all that shit, and all these guys. It's like fucking high school, man.
It is.
Well, Kai said this about me, and NKM's mad at me, and I did this, and I didn't do anything wrong. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
How's that?
Right.
Shut the fuck up. You know, there's a saying in sports: keep everything in the locker room.
Yep.
Instead of being a bitch and going on your fucking stream and saying, "Oh, I got," and then the other one's on their stream doing it, and then the fucking coach is throwing people. You know what? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say to you guys. Shut up.
All of them just need to shut their mouths
and fucking
play.
Grow up too.
They need to grow
up. For
fuck's
sake.
Yeah, I agree. It's getting ridiculous, and yeah, that's all we want to touch on that.
That's my Dallas Fuel rant.
Yeah.
Grow the fuck up.
And in the words of Bill Belichick, do your job.
Yeah, do your job.
Shut up and do your job. All of them. From top to bottom in that entire organization. But let's move on to San Francisco and Boston.
That was a great match.
This was a fantastic match.
On a normal week, we would probably spend a lot of time on this, actually.
Yes, absolutely we would. Because this was a great match to watch. This is the Boston that we've been expecting. Yes. And then this is a really big growth moment for San Francisco. Yeah. I think they are poised to make a good run in stage 3. They're looking a lot better. And I'm really excited to see what they do in the next stage with the addition of Sinatra. And then I'm really excited to see what they do with Moth as well. I think he's been a really underrated signing for them.
Dante's been great too. And you know their tanks picked up their game a lot.
Yes.
Nomi and Nevix have been this week. They played really, really well.
They did.
And then you got Super coming in, who's off tank. Mm-hmm. So you know you got that. You know, the bottom teams, Soul sitting up on their perch all the time, doing whatever the hell they're doing. And some of these teams that are up there are kind of like, cruising through this. There's not going to be many cruising matches.
No, the level of parity in the league is just getting that much better. And I think that's the best thing that Blizzard could hope for with that when it comes to that. Where you're just getting these teams that are like week in, week out, they're just steadily getting better. Yeah. And that's what makes it really exciting.
Exactly. And then you have teams like the Valiant who are just like, you're like, you never know what you're going to get from them. You're going to get them 4-0ing like a London or something like that. And then they lose to the Mayhem. Right. But, so it's stuff like that. But I don't think I do not think that they're going to fall too far, though, in the next stage. No. Valiant. They got to sort some things out, which they also have, it seems like, a little bit of drama going on. Yeah. With stuff. But, that's for the in-between stages. We'll get all that stuff sorted out. Because Lord knows Dallas is not going to get it sorted out. So,
not with that team structure right now.
And the Friday matches, Philadelphia. That's all I got to say.
Philly just doing what they needed to do to
Dante.
To lock in their place. Yeah, Dante.
Snillo.
Snillo.
He was playing. That was like one of the
Carpe. All those guys just going off. Absolutely unbelievable performance from them. Just all weekend in general. We can't gush enough about these guys. Philly was definitely the big surprise of this stage. I don't think anyone saw it coming that they were going to improve as vastly as they have. Yeah, I thought they were. We thought they were going to be in the middle of the pack. Yeah, but towards the beginning they were really strong. Then they had that weird wonky middle part there. Week 3. Yeah. Then the last 2 weeks they just kind of cleaned it up, and the weeks where they lost where they had that losing streak. It was against New York, London, and Seoul. Right. It wasn't like they lost to, San Francisco, the Valiant and the Mayhem and the Dragons or something. Right. Right, exactly. And so that's why we weren't really sure if they were going to be able to come out as strong as they did in the playoffs because they hadn't proved themselves against those top tier teams yet. But they have now, and they should be on everybody's radar. Yeah. And no one should take that team lightly. No, and they have depth, too. Yes. And they can do all the, inter squad scrims and all that, and which the Tracer play on that's got to be nuts. Oh, my God. Well, that's probably why they're supports have gotten so much better at countering Tracer because they have two of the best ones to compete against and scrim against.
Yeah, it's like in football when your offense has to go up against, like, say, the number one defense every day in practice, then you go and play a regular team, you're just like, oh.
It's like, oh, this ain't shit. Okay.
Yeah. Come to our practice and see what the hell happens.
Right.
Although the surprising event of the day really was the Gladiators. We did talk about them. They kind of weren't up to that moment yet.
Yeah.
I thought they would have come out a little bit stronger.
Yeah.
But
Boston, I don't know, like, because Boston just played so strongly. Like, it's not that LA looked
No, it's
bad,
not like LA played that bad, but
But Boston just came out incredibly strong in that game, and they were ready to play spoiler against LA.
Oh yeah.
And
I think they had that on their radar.
Right.
But yeah, and we saw, this week too with Boston hitting them. We saw Dreamcast came back from his sabbatical. Sojourn, wherever he went.
Yeah. He's back.
He's back. And Stryker played extremely well as well. I think they had I don't think they were ready for that. I think they were, I don't know.
Yeah.
Gladiators it wasn't their time.
No.
I mean, there's no other way to put it. They didn't play bad. At least we forget, Fisher's only been there for one stage. He's been playing with them for a month.
Right.
A month and a week.
And he's fit in really well, but I think
the more
they're poised to make a similar run that Philly did in stage 3.
Yeah.
I think that's like the best we can hope for from the Gladiators. I really expect them to be competing and really putting up a fight and trying to lock up one of those spots, maybe even a stage playoff.
Yeah.
But definitely looking in the long term, looking to make sure they're in that top 6.
Because, because
right now they are 7th in the overall stand, or no, they're 8th in the overall standing. They're still negative on their
overall map
overall map pool, but I think they'll definitely improve that.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, there's going to be a lot more movement, I think, in there because they're at 500 right now. I'm assuming that you're going to see teams like the Shock play better, like we said. But I mean, we're going into the the future here. But the Gladiators definitely can easily move up ahead of the Valiant in the Uprising. I think to get into that top 6
for sure.
It's going to be a battle, but I think they can do it because the Valiant are weird right now, and I think them and Boston are pretty even.
Yeah,
as far as skill level. Talent, all the intangible stuff. They're kind of like
they're neck and neck on that.
I think they're probably the 2 closest teams to each other right now in the league, barring not counting New York, London, and probably Seoul. But
right, it's so hard to tell with Seoul, because you just never know when they're going to decide to actually show up.
Yeah, they're the hot girl. You never know when they're going to show up.
You don't know if they're going to stand you up or if they're actually going to put out that night.
Exactly.
All right, so that's going to wrap it up for our Week 5 review. Not really too much to talk about since there was so many different things that happened, and we spent a lot of time talking about the playoffs in our other videos. So yeah, definitely look at those. Don't forget to give us a like, a subscribe, all that good stuff. And hit us up for our next video. We'll be talking just stage 2 as a whole, what we got wrong, what we didn't, and then where we think some of the teams are headed. And then we'll get more into that next week when we do our stage 3 preview. Right. We'll hit you with the map pools and teams that are going to go up, teams that are going to go down, all that stuff we talked about. Also, guys, you go down below. We have a Discord channel set up, so grab the invite, come on in, and we'll be doing some stuff on there during the matches when they start back up. And we'll see you later. We'll see you guys on the next one. Later.